From her rise in the early 2000s with Pink Friday, to her being named the Queen of Rap, Trinidadian rapper and singer Nicki Minaj has been fans' favorite for decades now. 41 and still looking her best, the media has never missed any aspect of her life since she came into the spotlight. Sadly, they also never missed anything about her love life, especially with convicted sex offender Kenneth Petty. And believe me, there's a whole story to this guy here. Today, let's answer the question, is Kenneth cheating on Nicki Minaj? Or is Kenneth done with Nicki due to her addiction? You definitely want to grab an extra bowl of popcorn today. Let's start with who Nicki Minaj is, for those who don't quite know her. Onika Tanya Mirage Petty, is a Trinidadian-born rapper and singer in America, and is also known by the name Nicki Minaj. She entered the name Queen of Rap for her unmatched talent in rap and her uniqueness in music. Initially, Minaj wanted to be an actress, but worked as a waitress at Red Lobster and got fired for discourtesy. The same thing happened in many places she worked at afterwards. She had that nasty side all along. She came to the spotlight between 2007 and 2009 when she released her mixtapes, Playtime Is Over in 2007, Sucka Free in 2008, and Beam Me Up Scotty in 2009, all of which received good coverage by MTV and BET. Afterwards, her talent became known to Lil Wayne, who invited her and had her sign a contract with his Young Money Entertainment. With her Pink Friday album in 2010, she quickly became world famous. It was only a matter of time till she became what we know her for today, the female rap god. Now, who is Kenneth Petty? 46-year-old Kenneth Petty Zoo is well known for his numerous legal issues. For many of these, he spent years in prison and even had been under house arrest for a number of them. Public substance, you name it, Petty has had his hands in them. It's very confusing how our beloved Nicki would go for such qualities. Guess she took the I want a bad boy too literally.
Considering his problematic history, in April 1995, Petty faced a conviction of attempted rape.
In April 1995, Petty was found guilty for a case of rape of a 16-year-old girl when he was in high school. He served 4 years in jail for this. Fast forward to the case of one Lamont Robinson, who was shot multiple times to death by Petty. He was charged 10 years for this, but only served 7. Should we speak about the law breach where he served a year's worth of house arrest, a 3-year probation, and was fined $55,000? So what is their love story? And who said your high school love would not end up as your future partner? Their love story never started at a bar or club. It started back in high school. Nicki and Petty got to know each other while they studied in the same school in New York. They dated for a while, but lost communication due to distance. Then in 2018, they reconnected, and this time, they turned their old high school love into an extra steamy romance. They traveled cities together, flaunting their affairs all over Instagram, with clips that made their followers drool. He also appeared in some of her music videos, like her 2019 Megatron solo and Hot Girl Summer, where she collaborated with Megan Thee Stallion. 2019 came, and rumors spread like wildfire of their marriage when Nicki called Petty her husband in May. I think I have what I was striving for, just happiness. It was so hard to get a happy place. Now that I'm there, I don't want to compromise that for anyone or anything, she told Apple Beats One in June the same year. Then, in October of 2019, her Insta got updated. Onika Tanya Mirage Petty, where she captioned a video of some bride and groom swag, also revealing the marital name change. Only a year later, in 2020, Nicki's baby bump photos flooded all of social media, announcing the coming of their first child. Then in September the same year, she had their son, whose real name she kept unknown to the media and rather called him Papa Bear publicly. Fans speculate Papa Bear's real name might be Jacob, following a video where she had mistakenly said the name in the background. What do you think? So what was Nicki's response to her husband's rebellious past? Surely Nicki Minaj did see and hear it all. While married to Petty in almost every interview she attended, the question of her husband's unique past popped up.
And I'm gonna lead with this. You should have never married him. Because now you've ruined everything about what your brand could be. Again, you're never gonna stand a chance.
On one of the Wendy Williams talk shows, a Wendy-Nicki battle was birthed when Wendy brought up Petty's issues with the California police in 2019. Now, he served 7 years in prison, and he's also a sex offender. So that means that he is a manslaughter. A killer? Okay, so he's a killer and a sex offender. Well, Nicki, congratulations, Williams said on her show. A lover and a fighter, Nicki had always defended her husband, stating very clearly that he shouldn't be defined by his past. She had told the media how their childhood love was too strong for anyone to destroy, and even went on to say that he was her happiness. Little did she know that he was going to be her sadness in a couple of years. We all thought it was rosy until January 5th, 2021, when Nicki Minaj came out publicly on her breakup with the lawbreaker, giving reasons that she needed to focus more on her work and private growth. Fans, however, had suspected the breakup was for something different, something more spicy. Some of the audience believed the breakup wasn't for any so-called private growth, but rather because of Petty's second nature of being a cheater, an occurrence that only came to light in February 2023.
Rumors first started when a blind item exposed Kenneth for bringing strippers to the house.
Some sources had explained that while Nicki was off on a trip to attend a carnival in Trinidad, Petty had sneaked strippers multiple times into their house. These sources had also stated that Petty didn't accompany Nicki to the carnival, as he was under probation and could not leave the country. The rumor of his cheating even became more of a reality when his ex-girlfriend, infamous Redborn Noe, commented that Petty never loved Nicki and only was using her to get money and to fix his legal issues. So much for dating the bad guy. Sorry, Nicki. On another note, some people believe that the breakup wasn't actually called for by Nicki, but rather by Petty over her substance addiction.
Narcotic, and this was addictive. Luckily, I was able to ground myself. But Nicki adds, once an addict, always an addict. And now she says
It all began with Nicki being administered the narcotic drug Percocet for menstrual cramps. For a while, she intentionally overdosed on it, and soon she became a slave to the narcotic. No one told me that this was a narcotic and this was addictive. Luckily, I was able to ground myself, she told Vogue. She continued, explaining how it almost sent a heavy blow to her career as it did to other musicians like Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and Prince. On the same topic, she explained how she was at the verge of making the same mistake her father made in becoming an addict. She had shared that while still very young, she was exposed to drugs by her father, who was an alcoholic and was also addicted to crack. In one occurrence, according to her, he got so obsessed and burnt their house out of rage at her mother. I think about watching my father go back and forth, and I just wish that at the time I understood that he wasn't doing it because he wanted to. I thought that he was making a conscious effort to be addicted to a drug that would have him steal his children's video games and sell them for money. Whether it was Kenneth's cheating dilemma or Nicki's narcotic addiction, no one knows for sure the exact reason of their breakup. The couple never said a word to address the matter, leaving us with only questions and unproven claims. What do you think was the reason for the breakup? Tell us in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to stay updated about more such videos. See you in the next one!